Well, that's what I'm looking into to make sure, because the whole thing is that, she says that her Texas group is legit, and I don't know that yet. And it was the federally recognized Yaqui group that had some citizen.
No, she living on American land from her baby dad, and she admits it and says, "Yeah, no, I'm not there, obviously, because it don't exist. The fuck."
Wow. Well, so yeah, the investigation continues. We'll see. But they're all butthurt about it and
And
whatever.
for people that say they don't understand why we need TAF, we do, because people lie and they try to get, student grants and loans and all kinds of stuff, even housing, and they don't deserve it because they're not a part of us.
Exactly. And it was kind of funny though, because this woman was screaming and yelling and telling me that she was gonna sue me, and what else did she say? She was gonna sue me, and they're
Let
her.
her go into investigation for herself. That'd be beautiful. Butterflies in the sky.
So she's telling me that she's going to sue me, and that she's going to her tribe, so-called tribe, is going to send me a cease and desist letter. And yeah, I can tell you where the cease and desist letter is going to go. Can you guess?
Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. They'll go nowhere. Just like if they call my tribe, nowhere. It's gonna go nowhere. And that's what these pretendians do. Real shit.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what they're going to sue me for, because the only thing I can possibly think of, and I'm really reaching here, that they could sue me for is for calling her yucky.
Yeah, no. She don't even know what that means.
Yucky. I mean, yucky, icky.
That's why I told people, I said, stop telling your actual crap. Just tell them, they're the Wasichu. Yeah, you're the tribe of Wasichu. Wasichu. I'll say it again. That's your tribe.
Yep. So, Jet said people who aren't stealing from people who report them, not some little run-of-the-mill wannabe. Agreed. It's
You know
cute.
what's funny? You can have all the recordings on me. I'm on YouTube. I don't care. I don't care. I am who I am. Like, that shit's never gonna change. But we already gave our receipts, you know. We already did the land back for the Africans. I'm not gonna lie. We don't owe you shit. And I'll say it one more time. We do not owe you no more. We gave you land. The white man burned it down. That's your problem.
I'm laughing at Jet's comment. It's cute how some fakes on TikTok think they are important enough to be investigated for scams. Yeah.
I've told people my last name, my first name, report me. I don't care. I know who I am. I don't take a long story. Oh, my great grandma, my great great grandfather. Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Yeah. So does anybody else want to come up? Anybody other than this crazy person obsessed with me?
Yeah, crazy as hell. Hey, where Native Mama, come up, BGP. What's that other one? Anisha, whoever. Call me out now. I'm here. I've been waiting. I've been said, pop up.
Okay, but we're not doing that. We're gonna talk about pretendian fraud issues here. That's what the live is supposed to be about, and I want to stick with that instead of all this silliness. So try to get back to that. Emmy Burrell.
But what I heard though is they say both of them are white.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna ask you again not to interrupt though, okay? I want you to keep talking, but try not to interrupt. So I was talking about a comment from Neil Emmy Burrell of Land Management, otherwise known as Indian Land. I'm trying to figure out what the context is.
Oh, hell no. We have too many that enroll from our own.
What? What do you mean?
So, Taff, you're not going to admit that our own people enroll in the army?
I don't understand. Of course, there are Indians in the army. What do you mean?
Right. So, why would we support someone we're conquering?
Well, I don't want to conquer them.
Well, that's a government issue that you will never, ever vote out of.
Well, I'm still gonna support Palestine though. I don't support Israel. That's just
Not
me.
against my own boys and girls. That's crazy.
That's just my own.
You got your own family in the army and you're voting for the next person.
Next person? What do you mean?
They're not us.
I don't know what you're talking about, Em.
Palestinians are not us.
Israelis are not us either, so.
Exactly.
But I still side with Palestine. I think Israel's
Yeah,
evil.
that's crazy. So you vote against your own people?
No.
So explain that to me again. Your own people are in the army and they're fighting against the enemy and you're voting for the enemy. Explain that to me. I would love to hear it.
I am sympathetic to the Palestinian plight. Period.
What that mean?
It means I feel sorry for the Palestinians.
I feel sorry for my own people.
Okay. And
my people are in the army. They're fighting against them. And you support them?
both things can be
See,
true.
that's the weirdest shit for me because people get into that Democrat fucking Republican shit, which means nothing to us. You will never vote yourself out of a system. Two wings of the same feather.
I'm still sympathetic to the Palestinian people. I think what Israel has done to them is evil, and I don't care how many
I'm sympathetic to my own people.
You gotta stop interrupting, babe. And that's that. I have dropped M. It is not that I don't like M. It is not that she's not welcome back. She is welcome back, but that was the extent of my patience there for today. So, and my phone is about to unalive. I need to charge my phone real quick here. Is this plugged in? Yeah, okay. I'm charging again now.
Scan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing something, not on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, so we do go after individual people. And see if anybody else wants to chit-chat about fakes. I'm inviting a few folks. I'm just inviting a few folks. Yeah, and we will. TAF is going to continue to investigate individuals and groups. And our focus is on individuals and groups who are actively lying about being pretendians. You guys might notice that when you see me in lives, when you see me in other people's lives, or hear when I bring people up and they say they're this, that, or the other thing, I usually just, go with it, right? Like, I don't immediately assume that everybody's a fake. And I don't go around attacking or challenging If there's red flags or something's really sus, then I might ask a question or two. But generally speaking, I mean, who has time for that, right? I don't. But when somebody reports a suspected fraud, we're going to investigate. And if it turns out to, hold water, we're going to go after them. And if we find out that they really are fakes and we can prove it, we're gonna expose them. We're gonna post about it. So, but people are all up in arms right now because I'm saying that the Lumbee are not a legitimate American Indian tribe, and they're not. They are not. If somebody can show me that I'm wrong, I will listen. And if I get proven wrong, I will make a public apology, and I will do whatever I can do to make amends for having been mistaken. But it's not like I'm lying. It's not like I'm just making stuff up and trying to be a terrible person or trying to hurt people just because, right? That's not it at all. It's because we see the very real, demonstrable harm that happens with a lot of these frauds. And so, we're not okay with that. It's hurting Indian people, whether some people realize that or not. And we're not okay with that. So we're going to go after it. They managed to get state recognition. Yeah, but so what? That doesn't mean anything. And Jaguar Warriors. I love that name, and I love those eyes. Those little panther eyes. That's awesome. I want that little picture. I love panthers and jaguars. And Jaguar Warrior says, but how are you moving? You got blue eyes. Have you met me? Like, have you met me? I do not have blue eyes. I happen to have gorgeous green eyes that people seem to like. So, no, I do not have blue eyes. But what has that got to do with anything? I'm actually a citizen of the Cherokee Nation with Cherokee blood in my veins and Cherokee family and Cherokee ancestors. Yeah, so what the hell? So you're into colorism and lookerism and bigotry and racism? Is that what you're into, Jaguar Warriors? Are you telling me you're a racist? You can go ahead and say it. I'm a racist. It's okay. You can say it out loud. Tim, it means the system for who is native needs to be made exclusionary. Jet says, tribes have more power and sovereignty than the state. A state can't make a sovereign, exactly. Lumbees exist because the system is inclusive. I think Lumbees exist because the system is extremely flawed and because people don't understand. Because people are uneducated. They don't get it. That's why Lumbees exist. But they're still not federally recognized. And anybody who's Indian knows that they're not a legit tribe. So, there's that. Not federally, yeah, exactly. So, Tim, are you aware that in the Constitution it says that the only entity that can treat with American Indian nations, i.e. treaty law, etc., is the federal government? And that's why we have the Office of Federal Acknowledgement and that sovereign nation-to-nation relationship between American Indian tribes and the United States federal government that's based on treaty law, and that treaties are the law of the land, right? Treaties are still in effect, even though many of them, probably all of them, have been broken. So state-recognized so-called tribes, that doesn't mean crap. That's why they don't get any benefits or anything like that. So what happens is a group of people decide they want to be a tribe. They create a corporation within their state, a nonprofit. They call it a tribe. Then they create a group that they call like the Alabama Indian Council or something like that, right, for the state. And it's a state committee or whatever. And then they recognize that group of people, that corporation, as a tribe, a state-recognized tribe. And so what? They can't have casinos. They don't get IHS. They don't get jack. Maybe they get some HUD housing or something like that right through the state. but it doesn't mean squat. That's why we call them corporations posing as American Indian nations, or AKA CPANs for short. They're CPANs, they're not tribes. Jaguar Warrior says, you know a lot of people got registered for tribes, they're YT. And more racist drivel. So you're saying that American Indian people cannot have YT skin in 2024? So are you also saying that there's no such thing as black Indians? Is that what you're saying, Jaguar Warriors? That sounds pretty racist to me. You're saying we can't be YT, and then we can't be black either, or Latino either, or anything but full-blooded Indians, huh? Which knocks you out, probably a lot of other people, I'm guessing. The Office of Federal Acknowledgement has a set of criteria that all tribes must meet, correct, and that was set and approved and moderated and maintained by American Indian people, not the United States government. And it's for our protection so that we don't get run over by pretendian fake tribes. It protects us, which is a good thing. And Jaguar Warriors again, oh my goodness, says, I would like to start to send everyone to get a DNA test that are registered. Piss off. You know, there's a reason why American Indian tribes don't use DNA tests for this reason. And you should get educated. Read a book. Read a book by Dr. Kim Tallbear called Native American DNA, Tribal Belonging and the False Promise of Genetic Science. Go read that book and then come back and talk to us about DNA. In the meantime, Jaguar Warriors, why don't you tell us which federally recognized tribe you're a citizen of? I'm willing to bet none. To be federally recognized, they are sovereign nations separate from the USA. And Jet said to Jaguar Warriors, can DNA show which tribal treaty and nation you are? Of course not. And Tim said, but you're too weak to do it. I'm not sure who you were referring to, Tim. I must have missed a comment. Somebody's too weak to do what, hun? You want to be inclusive at your own erasure. We can't even vote. Oh, that's the Taino son, sorry. So who wants to be inclusive at their own erasure, Tim? I'm sorry, I must have missed a comment or something, but I'm a little lost there. No DNA test can show tribes, true. And the control DNA of natives were self-claiming, true. And Jaguar Warriors, I'm saying there's pure YT. The pure YT people that you're talking about, Jaguar Warriors, are members of fake tribes, not real tribes. Fake tribes. And you seem racist as fuck, sorry, just saying. Jet, and we have freedmen with 00 blood who are just as much a citizen as I am. We say who is us, correct. We have the right of self-determination, and we love our freedmen. All blessings to the freedmen who deserve reparations as well, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, a lot of the there are a few freedmen who do have blood. Most don't, and that's okay. They're still us. They're still our relatives because we brought them in. Jaguar Warriors, you know I have brown eyes and I'm a red man. And I can be a red woman too if I go out in the sun and get a sunburn. You're a red man.
It's not about color.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about color. He's a racist though, so he's clearly racist.
It's a nationality. You appreciate what a nationality is.
No, yeah, Jet's reminding everybody that being Indian, being Cherokee, for example, it's a nationality. Because we're a sovereign nation with a citizenry that is mixed. Hello. Jaguar Warriors, what was it that made you so racist? Did you grow up racist, or did you learn how to be a racist later in life? I know people who are Asian and Indian. Because guess what? If an American Indian person marries an Asian person, what are their kids going to be? Hello? 80% knocks me out, but if that's what it takes, I'm all in. Tim, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You can come up if you want. Jaguar warriors. Go find your people of the brown eyes. I love that. My husband is black and all 3 kids blue eyes. Yep. You have beautiful children, Jet. Mo wrote Disney ribonucleic acid. Well, that was funny. And Jaguar warriors, there's a reason. There's a reason why you're racist? Okay. That's what most racists say. Jaguar warriors, it's called that white privilege. What about white privilege? I don't think you're using that term in context, especially as racist as you are. Jet, go tell my husband his kids aren't black because of their eye color. Do it. I'd like to see that. Jeff might have something to say about that too. You're a recognized try. Jaguar Warrior says he's a recognized try. Okay, don't know what that means. I think he's trying to say that he's a citizen of a recognized federal tribe. I don't know. So, okay, Jaguar Warriors, we're all waiting with bated breath. What tribe are you?
I think they're a little unstable.
I think they are a little unstable, too.
Sounds like someone who got turned down to be in a tribe, and so their butt hurt as hell. And they don't have a real tribal connection, and if they're not connected to a sovereign nation, so then they put DNA over tribal sovereignty. And that's all he's trying to do, is say someone who has DNA is more important than tribal sovereignty.
Yep.
Which is an idiot statement. Someone
Yep.
who has no idea what it is to be idiot.
Right, totally.
You asked me to come?